The Rutgers community has turned out for senior weekend, and we're excited for the middle game of this 3-game set
that they were offered, and you look at this lineup, it's good enough on its own when you give them as many free passes.
Who has been dynamite in Big Ten play this year.
Yes, she has, and just last weekend.
Well, the big news, too, for Rutgers happened after yesterday's game.
But the good thing is Rutgers is in.
And Shellmeyer rolls it to second. A quick first out for Vickers.
And you obviously want to build confidence heading in. That must be great, right? Don't have to worry. Well, is she getting her master's?
I'm not sure. Oh, she is, yeah.
In the middle of this order behind you, see pitches, and also be able to do damage.
And Robinson gets herself a board on 5 pitches there.
Well off of it, because just of the timing, you have to be ready for that fastball. So if she does get ahead in the count, Bill Gattuso.
So now it's a 3-2 count. And that's strike 3. Important strikeout for Jaden.
Pitch right there.
Now Hannah Katie, it's fielded cleanly by Vickers. What a bounce back. Could have been extra bases. 3 hits against the combo of Danielle Williams and Lauren Boyd. But what's been better than the rest in Big Ten play this year. Her numbers are exquisite.
For this staff.
Kylie Sand guides that to second, fielded by Robinson. The hustle, and the Northwestern defense gets the. Now Peyton Linkavage, who is a pitch from Boyd, and this is guided right back through the middle. Linkavage is making some great contact these last couple of weeks. She's had a big.
She mixes her location well.
This is smacked past Katie at third, and it's back-to-back hits. Rutgers did not have that victory. And so the top 5 in the lineup.
She goes back to it.
It's chopped slowly to short. Nelson gets 1, and that's all, as Robinson has a little trouble with the turn. Yesterday, and Maddie Lawson. And this is into left field. It's a base hit. And for the first time this weekend, Rutgers has a lead. Lawson
to her. First pitch swinging again from Lawson. She gets a fastball in a favorable spot. Rutgers has been ready for the fastball. They're gearing up on it, so that's the adjustment that Lauren Boyd's going to have.
Pitch. There's the off speed. It's strike 3. Swinging strikes on.
See if you can build some confidence going into the postseason.
Her pitch. It's guided over to second. And the defense helping out Jaden Vickers through a clean start so far. The Northwestern team is. They may have had their senior weekend this past weekend back in Evans.
College World Series this year.
Blazed in there with strike 3. Jaden Vickers is pumped up, and she added a couple of miles.
Now Jaden, obviously, like I've said, her biggest weapon, in my opinion, is her. And make it even more dangerous.
Slow roller. Sand has to charge and bobbles it. Nelson beats it out. Little issue with the trend. The Wildcats have traveled well, too. They were out here 1-1. And lost the release point, and now Nelson headed back to first, and she gets to second. She was hung up, broke with Northwestern in the bottom of the first, and Jaden Vickers trying 2-2. Driven to shallow center, hangs up there. Sand calls off Smith, and the side is retired.
Is a given.
This is punched over to second base, and a quick flip there from Robinson. 2. Ryan Orange has been a part of that. That's a slow roller to third. Katie quickly to gone.
Classic slap hitting lefty. Almost all top.
And loops that to third, but right at Hannah Katie. And a couple of outs on the infield as Boyd bounces you, and we don't know what's in store for Vickers with the extra year possible, but
seam and all those memories you built up over the last 4 years that you thought would never come to an end, and
got emotional. This is socked to left. Lauren Shaborski drives it over the left. Wildcats. Another big swing from the sophomore Shaborski.
Her impact on this game. Right down the middle, and she just turns on it and hits it into the gap in left center field and clears the fence. Man.
Top of the order with Shellmeyer. So a chance for the Wildcats to try to pounce on this. Looks ahead on Shellmeyer. This is looped into center field, but Smith is there. That's the first out.
And there's the meets the roof. It could come back and hit you.
Robinson under it. Sands. 2 outs. Victory in Rutgers' most recent win, the Friday game at Iowa last weekend. In fact, that's 3 balls and a strike now. And that's off the plate, ball 4. Bill Gattuso in a 2-0 count. And now Hannah Katie popped up to right. Lawson is out and makes the play. Kylie Sand, pitch. This is smashed to center field. Shellmeyer back, it's over her head, it hops off the wall. Now Kylie Sand, we told you, got all this.
Strike out only 10 times and 181 at-bats now on the year. And she is the opportunities to drive her in.
Bunted, but plops foul. That 0-2 pitch. This is smashed into the gap. Diving, trying, the catch is made. Kelsey Nader caught it.
This is takeoff time here for Morgan Smith. She's looking for 1 pitch in 1 spot, and if she gets it.
Still a good count for Smith. And this is smashed into center field. It's going to head all the way to the wall. Sand scores easily, and Morgan's
could go from bad to worse here for Lauren Boyd. Gotta be careful.
Payoff. And this is smashed. Rutgers lasering them all around the field. And Morgan Smith sprints home.
And that's just great hitting. Look at the hands, the ability to trust herself, let that one get deep, and then just punch it the other way. Rutgers.
A third that saved for one of the best catches in the Big Ten this year. Maddie Lawson. And this is smacked to left. Zedak is back, turning, leap. She brought it back at the track.
And look at Zedak, the way she tracks this. That's a no-no right there. It opens up the hips, but if it's has her motion time, they're hitting everything she's throwing.
Running for Katie Wingert at first. And Fawcett off the end of the bat. Nelson deep in the hole, the stretch, and Cochran came off the base.
Hasn't used the rise ball, or at least a high fastball at all today. Coming.
The 1-2. Punk down the right field line, and it's a foul ball. Nader was a step 2-run difference. And a chase, strike 3. Back to the breaker for Lauren Boyd, and Stranz.
Location. Be tough for this Wildcats offense to do a lot left-handed.
This is lifted to left, and it hangs up for Taylor Fawcett. That's out number 1.
And that's what they've got to do. That's the game plan.
Angela Zedak rolls it to short. Nice stretch on the back end by Punk. That's 2 outs.
And that certainly helps.
She's been very good in these home series, save for
sit here.
It's ball 4. Wow, it's on the border. The Vickers thought it was straight.
Like the one return of the Sith. What is a Sith? What is that? Line. She'd like to end this inning right now.
And knocks it down. Lost the mitt. Doesn't need it. Throws out Nader. Side retired. Them locking up the outright Big Ten championship yesterday.
Ryan threw maybe 5, even 6 innings today.
Boyd knocks it down. Chavez reaches. Leilani Chavez has speed and is safe for great catches from Nader and Zedak. And that's a routine out number 2. Much better here from Laura.
A funky pitch there and a good one. Sand thought she had to barrel out of the way, but that didn't miss the.
That's a fair ball. Tucked inside first base. Down in the corner. Enough for Sand.
Boyd today had a single right back up the middle in the first. And then you mentioned that.
Boyd trying to find that third one, though. This is looped behind second, and it's over Nelson into center field. Peyton Linkavage gets the inning. Northwestern turns to Sydney Supley, the senior. Gonna try to
got herself in a bit of a groove. Made a nice start against Wisconsin, picking up 6 runs against Michigan.
Smith out to shallow center. Shellmeyer, long run. Look what I found.
Get 1 out at a time. And Lauren Saborski right now with that home run. And
for this Wildcat team as well. But a swing and a miss. Jaden Vickers collects her third strikeout of the afternoon. Mental mindset shift. Sort of taking in all of the lessons that she's does fall behind Shellmeyer 3-0, and now that's ball 4.
And Jaden's been...
They have not needed to. Maeve Nelson did get credit for defense. The 3-1. Inside. So back-to-back walks from Jaden Vickers. Just 41 RBI. And this is slowly tapped. Sand knocks it down. The flip, but safe. And now a snap throw. Here comes Shellmeyer to the plate. The tag, she's out. Back to second. Safe. Robinson.
A little bit of help there on the over-aggressiveness.
And now that came in and hit Hannah Katie. Somebody who... And Cochran floats this down the line, but it's foul. An inch or two between.
Another look at that one. That is about as close as it gets. Yep, about a foot left. Can't blame her for going after that one, but this is arguably the...
Poke down the line. Foul territory. Fawcett cuts over and makes the catch. And Jaden Vickers strands the big...
Sixth. She gets 6, 7, and 8. Bottom of the order. Yesterday, they had a game plan. As that one rings off of the arm of Winger. Looks like it got her on the elbow guard. But that 3 runs, probably still not enough.
And there's a line drive single. Maddie Lawson is putting together her best weekend.
If out of the inning, if I'm Kristen Butler, you got a chance maybe to be super aggressive here. Fake bunt, double steal.
The full count offering. Popped up. Rudd looking, and in front of the net makes the catch. Last year's gold. And getting out of a jam like this.
Butler might go for a pinch hitter.
This is socked to center field. Shellmeyer is back, easing up, but it's gone! Birds. A 3-run blast to the deepest part of the park. In her first Big Ten start ever.
That was punk rocked. Man, deepest part of the ballpark too. And again, she came through off the bench with a hit yesterday. Kristen Butler pitch was up in the zone and she got a hold of it. And she's got strength. She certainly has enough to.
On its senior weekend. And trying to 2-2. Looped over towards short, and Nelson with the call on the catch.
Because here she is at the dish.
Yep. And loops this to left. Katie called off by Nelson. 5th inning over. 1 as we begin the 6th inning. And Angela Zedak trying to grab one back at the wall. She has done that. That's 7-2 Rutgers.
Zedak going up, Otako outside part of the plate, and she just takes it and shows off the true power. Going the other way with it, over the wall. And again,
seen a whole lot of softball, and talking to Kate Drohan this week, she said, we don't have to worry in the 11th spot in the Big Ten right now, but not worried about any of that. As Maeve Nelson sees her way through the left side of the infield, and the Wildcats have come back with back. 1-1. Rolled over. Could it be 2? Sand reels it in. Back to first. Not in time. Kelsey Nader beats with Shellmeyer on deck. Now this is caught by Punk. She dives, and good scramble by Nader to get back in.
But umped as well, coming up on close to 100 pitches, but she is through this 6th inning.
And guided past Lynn Cavage. Skylar Shellmeyer lashes his single to put 2 on base for the big. And Robinson swings at the first pitch, but grounds out to second. Jaden Vickers, and a lot more the next, however long we got today and tomorrow. Northwestern on Sunday, they're certainly not out of the realm. Kylie Sand drives this to right. Nader back at the wall, and it stays in the park. Near recorded by the senior. Northwestern, if you want to show up in the results. She said, this is a quote from her, This team has the chance to shock some people. If Rutgers closes this out.
A couple of really solid at-bats.
And lifts this down the line. Not happy with the result, though. The wind blows it all the way to the track, even though Smith slammed her bat to the chase and a miss. Cammie Henry comes in, gets the 2 outs needed in the 6th.
Boxes to check. 3 outs, 3 long outs away, but 3 outs away. 1 out.
And this is the best part of Northwestern's lineup, but Jordan Rudd pops it to third, and that is a quick first down.
Yeah, that is a dream start.
Time on base. It's a laser to left, back on it, Fawcett over her head and off the wall. Hannah Katie strides to second base with a double.
Start.
This is rolled over by Cochran. Vickers knocks it down, everybody's safe. Punk came crashing forward as well. And that, again, Vickers deals. And this is shot into the gap. Smith over her head. Katie comes home to score. Lindsay stops at second.
Zedak went with it, did not get thrown off by the change in location, and now Kristen Butler might be making it.
It's nubbed back. It's under Vickers' mitt. The throw to first. Out! Sand guns out Nelson at first. This battle. And that's not it. It's ball 4. And Northwestern will bring the tying run to the plate in the top of the.
Lean out over the plate and look for something that you can maybe yank over the wall for a grand slam.
For one more strike. The 0-2. Swing and a miss! And Rutgers has stunned the Big Ten champions.
For the having the trust from Kristen Butler and delivering a game in which she allowed the best performance I've ever seen from Jaden Vickers, and it's one that she'll remember for a long time.
In the best season of Jaden Vickers'